Hey, what's going on, family? You back in the studio with your man, Abrew Yashar'el, man. Today we got a couple reactions to do. One we're going to start out, just sent to me. It's hot on the press. This is a 30-year-old man, because he's not a boy, he's 30. He living in mom's house. I guess she asked him to take out the trash. He told mom that you have a man, get him to do it, and then they go back and forth. But let me tell you, a lot of women out here complaining about the men being sorry and lazy and not willing to put the work in. Ladies, I know this ain't gonna. This is not what you want to hear. A lot of these sorry men was raised by mamas who coddled them. A lot of these sorry men didn't have the dads there, and you can't be in a lot of these sorry men today. Was put in the role of man of the house, but you can't be a man of the house when you never seen a man leave the house. Let me say that. You know what I mean? I have a son, and he handled his business. All my kids handle their business, but the expectations was set early in life, and so I set that tone. But we're gonna get into this video. But it was just funny how this 30-year-old man want to argue with his mom about chores, and you 30. You know what I mean? And how the emotional side was coming out. Men ain't doing that. You know what I mean? We either gonna take out the trash or not. But this dude arguing, going back and forth with mom. As a man, we ain't emotional like that. We shouldn't be emotional like that. But maybe that's what he saw. But let's get into this video, man. I'm gonna let y'all take a peep at it and tell me what y'all think.
You're 30 years old. I'm steady having to go through this with you. All I did was ask you to take the trash out.
I'm not taking no trash
out. You live here rent free. What you mean I don't need no damn man? Take out no garbage with my son living here rent free?
No, cause I'm your son. I ain't asked to be in this. I ain't asked to be in this world.
Nigga, you 30 years old. What you mean you ain't asked to be in this world? It's time for you to get up and do what you gotta do. It's been 30 years.
No, you ain't saying that when I dropped out of school at 12.
See, and that's a problem right there. You see how quick he was to throw that back in mom's face. You ain't say nothing when I dropped out of school at 12. I'm gonna tell you, first of all, my kids wouldn't have dropped out of school at 12 years old. Let me tell you that. You know what I mean? Or if they did, they dang sure wouldn't have been under my roof. But they weren't gonna drop out of school at 12 because they'd had a real problem. You know what I mean? So, and that's because there was probably no dad there, and there was no. And I understand some people gonna be like, well, moms can raise. Yeah, moms can put that moral and make him a good man, but it's gonna take a man to raise a man. You know what I mean? To get him to the levels of manhood that we know he needs to be. And this kid said he dropped out of school at 12. So what's that, 6th grade? And now you 30, still living in your mom's house. Any female to get with this guy, she gonna have to take care of him, because mom to ruin that for you guys. But let's finish up and see what he's talking about.
For real. You always trying to throw some stuff in somebody's face. You know damn well you can take out that damn trash without arguing with me all the time.
My mama was my mama, bro. I always say this every time. Every time I go over there, she treat me way better than you do.
You talking about the little boy that had to do 5 years in jail at 15?
So what?
The one that had to do 5 years in jail at 15? His mama ain't do no good job of raising him. And look at you, still living here. I must ain't doing no good job either.
At the end of the day, look at you.
Yep, I
When that cat would have been like, I want somebody else to be my parents, I'd have been like, oh, cool, let's get your suitcase and get it packed. And then he came back and said, look at you. But son, you living in your mama house at 30. You know what I mean? So look at you. I don't know if this is a skit. I don't know if they're joking, probably. But I'm going to tell you, if I got a 30-year-old son in my house, first of all, my son ain't gonna be 30 in my house unless the world and fell in. None of my kids gonna be 30 unless they had a stroke of bad luck and they gotta come back home for a little while. But as a dad and as me and their mother prepared them at such a young age, so Once they graduate, they go to college, they get a career, they save money. Once they leave our home, they can go directly to a home and not have to go to an apartment or whatever, not knocking the apartment or anything. But I want my kids to pretty much, once they leave here, they buying their first piece of real estate and keep it moving. And I understand, well, some people don't have that leg up like that. I didn't either. I didn't have that leg up. I had to grind. I had to get it out of the mud. You know what I mean? I wasn't born with a silver spoon. Anybody know me? No, I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I had to get it out of the mud to live how I live now and praise the Most High. You know what I mean? For giving me this grace and giving me a wife to be my help meet our family goals to get me and my family to this level. But in this particular case here, this young man is way out of line, and mama, it's your fault. I'm gonna tell you, it's completely the mother's fault for what this man is talking about. But let's
no
finish.
good job either.
You had me when you was 12.
Nigga, we living in a 6-bedroom house. We're living in a 6-bedroom house.
Count the bedrooms out. Show me.
Stop
Show
playing
me
with
6
me.
bedrooms.
You only doing that because you see this camera out.
Show me 6 bedrooms.
So my man said you had me at 12. So sound like we got a generational curse going on with this 12. She was a mother at 12. He dropped out of school at 12. Somebody have to break the generational curse right there. And I don't know who grandma or granddad or dad, I don't know where none of these people at, and nor it's my business, but with this video here at 30 years old, still living in your mama's house, then you throw it back up in her face that she dropped out of 12. Then she said, you live in a 6-bedroom house. And he was like, well, count the bedrooms. Count them. You know what I mean? So evidently, either she exaggerated how many bedrooms they have, or he trying to put her on blast since he see the camera. But I'm going to tell you like this. There's no child of mine that would disrespect me like that. I'm just being through and through, and majority of the parents that my circle won't allow their kids to disrespect them like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I don't care if you're 30, but you have to go out back and hit if that's the case. But I won't even do that, man. Let me stop saying I'm too old to be doing all that, man. I might look young, but I'm pretty up there. I will open the door and ask you nicely to leave the crib, because evidently it's time at 30 anyway. It seemed like he was out there playing video games or whatever, and if he ain't want to take out the trash, you know he ain't doing nothing else, paying bills, he ain't doing nothing. So with that said, mama, it's all your fault. You have raised a sorry son, and you're going to be stuck with him because ladies, if y'all had a dude like that live still, and you know what? And I'm gonna say this: sometimes men have to regroup and go back home, and regroup. Or kids, not just men. Kids have to they hit a stumbling block and they're trying to get back on their feet. But this person right here never left home, so he's a whole different example. He's a passenger. I told my kids yesterday, when you get involved with somebody, you make sure you get a co-pilot, not a passenger. You get somebody who can help land the plane if something was to happen to you. You don't need somebody you got to carry through life all the time, because eventually that weight gonna get heavy, and if something happens to you, the whole system gonna crash, the whole plane gonna crash. So with that said, man, I'm Abrew Yashar'el, and mama, it is your fault. And you got a true mama's boy. That's a true mama's boy. And until next time, people, y'all be good.